The images in this video were kindly developed and scanned by FW Photolab in Fort Worth, Texas. If you guys are in need of developing and scanning services, head over to their website, fwphotolab.com. Go to their Develop Film section and select the format of your choice. The first 10 people to use the code Brae Hunziker at checkout will receive 15% off their online order. What's up, everybody? Today's video is actually a video that I shot several weeks ago. Over the course of a few days, we had a nice weather stretch here in Washington, which isn't always common during the winter months, so I had to take full advantage. Bounced out to eastern Washington, went out to the coast, photographed some of the first snowfall up at Snoqualmie Pass. It was a really great week of taking pictures. I was out with the Pentax 6x7 using Portra 400 and Fuji Pro 400H nonetheless. Hope you guys enjoy. This first section of images is from my home near Gig Harbor. These are actually from a couple of days out shooting for my first legitimate photography project, which will focus on my great-grandparents' property that I grew up on. Being a young child, I feel as though I was never able to fully appreciate just how fortunate I was to grow up in such an incredible area. And over the last few years, I have finally come to that realization. However, over the past decade, my family has obviously grown older, and the property has changed in so many ways to the point where I know we will never be able to fully enjoy it like we used to. It's just one of those moments where you understand the glory days are far behind you and you didn't exactly realize it back then. However, at the same time, I am incredibly grateful for the time I've been able to spend out here. Growing up near my family has provided some of my most cherished memories, and I only feel as though it's right to dedicate my first long-form project to the people and the place that made me who I am today. There are few things I love more than winter in the mountains. Snow-capped peaks, the soothing sounds of icy rivers, and that brisk air with a bitter bite. I always feel right at home at Alpental, Washington, a popular hub for various hikes in the summer, turned full-blown winter wonderland boasting 2 ski resorts and plenty of beautiful scenery. has been here since this summer, which I find hilarious. I actually took a picture of it when I was shooting up here in June or something like that. So the fact that it's still here covered in snow now is pretty funny. Got 3 shots left, and I'm gonna shoot them all on this car covered in snow because it is a pretty cool subject. All right, so first composition I have here is the headlight of this car just poking out of the snow. The whole frame is white except for the headlight, so pretty unique. Well, my dumbass was trying to hit the depth of field preview on the lens, and my instinctive first motion was hit the mirror lockup switch. That's just the way that I operate. Mirror up, mirror up, mirror up. On accident, now I'm doing it on purpose. I don't even know it. It's crazy. But at least I had my shot framed up and focused before I mirrored up. All right, we're going f/22 at 1/15 of a second. So I want whole car, front to back, in focus. All right, so next composition, I am using the street light to balance out the frame on the left side, and then putting the car kind of cut off on the right side of the frame. Pretty simple composition, pretty minimal, but I like how the hotel serves as a nice backdrop for this shot with the windows and kind of the snow piled up against the building. All right, there's the roll of Fuji. Hopefully it holds its own. Now let's not completely discredit Fuji because they are goated for one thing, and that is adhesives at the end of the roll. I mean, look how convenient this is. Boop, and then boom, we're good to go. I mean, it'd be one thing if Kodak was dipping their film in LSD or something like that, so when you lick a roll of Portra, you just get fucking blasted. But I don't think they'll be doing that anytime soon. So Fuji definitely takes the dub with the adhesive at the end of the roll. Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you? Trust me when I say there's nothing like a gas station hot chocolate. I've been doing a thorough study over the past couple of years, and it appears as though Chevron stations have consistently the best gas station hot chocolate, but any gas station always just has fire hot chocolate. I mean, it's probably a cup of straight diabetes, but when you're up in the mountains, it's worth it. The next day I found myself driving back through the Alpental area, but this time I was traveling further east to a town called Cle Elum. The weather had drastically changed for the better, and some skiers were taking full advantage. The surrounding peaks were looking beautiful, and I had to stop to enjoy the views before continuing my eastbound drive. Well, I've popped just outside of Cle Elum to try to get out of the city a little bit because the buildings were casting some super harsh shadows and it was kind of difficult to work with. I stopped at this burger spot that's closed down. It's pretty cool. happened to be driving back over Snoqualmie Pass just after sunset, and blue hour was in full effect. The illuminated night sky was of similar brightness to the buildings at the base of Snoqualmie, which made for some lovely exposures. There's a very slim window of time where this type of image is possible. You need just a tad of the remaining sunlight to fill the sky with those beautiful blue colors in order to get an even exposure across the entire frame. Anytime I have the opportunity to shoot blue hour, I always try to take full advantage. For the final day of this week of bouncing around Washington, I headed to a place I hadn't been in nearly 15 years, Ocean Shores. I was a bit thrown off by the nearly 60-degree sunny weather, but I obviously wasn't complaining. The Olympics were poking out to the north and the ocean was alive and well.
Keep on holding. Keep on holding. Keep on holding. Holding out hope for me. Keep on holding. Keep on holding. I'm looking to the morning. Though I sit in darkness, He will shine a light on me. I'm looking to the morning. Though I sit in darkness, He will shine a light on me.
I took particular interest in a gentleman who had the prime parking spot of the night and was watching the sunset before I had even arrived. He was an older guy simply enjoying the moment by himself. As the tide moved out farther and farther, he moved his car closer and closer. At one point he got out and started playing the harmonica, which made for a more than wholesome moment, which I enjoyed viewing through my own two eyes rather than the viewfinder of my camera. For some reason that night, I found myself taking in the sights and sounds more than I usually do, and appreciating the tranquility of a beautiful evening spent out at the coast.
Though I may have fallen, I will rise again. Though I'm weak, I'm strong. Though I may have fallen, I will rise again.
Alright everyone, that's going to wrap up this week's video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Friendly reminder, all of the images in this video were developed and scanned by FW Photolab in Fort Worth, Texas. So if you guys are in need of developing and scanning services, definitely head over to their website where you can use the code Brae Hunziker at checkout. The first 10 people to do so will receive 15% off their online order. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there, and I will catch you next week. Peace.